Hey everyone, my name is Nate, and in this video I'll be walking you through how to get started with our ACH Test Harness project, which is an extension of our open source main ACH project. So the ACH Test Harness lets you replicate realistic ACH file transfer scenarios by essentially acting as a receiving financial institution. So you can upload files to the Test Harness, set matchers to basically filter the ACH files that are coming in, and then have actions that correspond to the matchers that will be triggered if there's a successful match. So the process might sound a little confusing. We do have this diagram to help you out, and this is part of our detailed written guide, which I highly recommend checking out as well. That'll be linked in the description below. So let's walk through a few steps to get started with the Test Harness itself. You'll first want to get Docker ready to go on your system, and then go ahead and clone the Test Harness project locally. This is our project page. So I'm just going to go ahead and clone it to my desktop. And once that's done, cd into the project directory. And you're going to want to type in docker compose up. This is going to run the latest project image on port 2222, and it might take a minute to finish up. The next thing that you want to do is open up an FTP client like Filezilla, for example. I'll be using Filezilla for this demo, but there are a lot of others out there that will also work just fine. I'm going to open it up right here with the shortcut and connect to the Test Harness. So the credentials are going to be localhost, and the username is admin, password is secret, and the port is 2222. These are just the defaults, and they can be customized in the project's configuration file. Click on Quick Connect. Once it connects, you're going to see a bunch of stuff pop up in the log, and these two folders, outbound and returned, those are all defaults. On the right side is our remote directory, and on the left side is our local directory. So by default, we have two demo scenarios set up out of the box. There are two sample files under the examples folder, PPD debit and utility bill. So these files will cause a match and action to take place. Again, this is all just by default, and you will be changing the configuration file. But by default, these will cause something to happen. So let's check that out. Let's test out the utilitybill.ach file. So let's upload it. To do that, just drag it and drop it. It's going to say transfers have finished. And now, in the log, you'll notice that we have some stuff that popped up. The most important thing that I want to point out is that positive equals 1. So that means we do have a match. So if we open up this return folder, you'll see that it created a correction file, and that was the action that we expect. So let's take a look at the configuration file that made this happen. At the top here, we have all of the login info and metadata settings. These are things that you probably won't need to change, but you do have the option to do so if you want. And then down below, under responses, we have the matchers and actions. So this first matcher is the one that we just triggered off with the utility bill file. It was searching for an ACH file with an account number that matches this one right here, and once the match was detected, it went to this correction action and generated this file right here. So you can create new matchers based on the scenarios that you want, and we have some additional examples in the project README, also in that written guide that I showed you earlier, and then we also have a list of supported parameters to match against. So that is in our README, and it's right here. So these are the parameters you can check for matching value, individual name, and so on. So that's about all I've got for this video. Thanks for checking it out, and if you have any questions, just leave them down below in the comment section, or you can also join our Slack channel, linked in the video description below for an even faster response. Thanks again for your interest in Moov open source, and we'll see you next time.